Leadership is performed through communication, but how is it observed within discourse? Are all leaders officially that way, or are there also unofficial leaders? Within the organisational structure, where are leaders positioned to give either transactional orders, that is, communication that simply asks people to do things, or relational communication which aims to build and maintain rapport? Psychology work tries to examine leadership in people based on personality traits, for example, whether their findings show they are extroverted or introverted. However, this has been problematic from a linguistic perspective, which also tries to analyse findings from the contextual and linguistic environment, which in this report are the organisational culture and communication strategies the organisation uses. Bruder's discounts hierarchical leadership is structured on a vertical, traditional model where workers take directives from the leaders above them. The highest leader in the store at the time of working outlines a plan for the shift, making workers aware of task expectations beginning their shift. The low number of workers in the store on any one shift means that when something unexpected occurs, it may be necessary for leaders lower in rank to make decisions and also give directions. This means the model may adjust slightly to a somewhat distributional structure. This leaves room to perform leadership. Communication must be purposeful, and continual checking is required up and down the chain, applying pressure where necessary. This also means there is maintenance of rapport, reinforcement of performance, and occasional negative effects of this pressure. A short interaction between store manager T and deputy manager M. T gives an imperative. M tries slightly to contest the imperative. Is it fair to demand certificates for 1 day sick leave? But then M employs repair work of his contestive utterance. The severity of misuse of sick leave is emphasized in T's final illocutionary utterance resembling a threat. Direct communication. The store manager's strategy is to be in direct communication with workers over the wireless headsets to lead the work to completion on time. The communication goal is transactional. However, at the end, the goal is relational as T positively reinforces M's response to her in her utterance. Prolocutionary force to M to continue what he is doing well. The company strategy is that area managers should only communicate with the highest ranking manager on shift. H is friendly with all other staff, maintaining relational work, yet with the highest ranking manager, H is pressing pressure points where necessary. This feedback is really for M, however the pressure is channeled through A. H applies pressure in other areas to make his point. Illocutionary action to the incompleteness of the morning work. Relational work to build rapport. In context, M2 had given M several written disciplinary warnings in the weeks prior, and there is work here to build and to maintain rapport. M2 fits into a charismatic style of leadership that, however, increasingly tends towards commanding. M2 fulfills the posited good cop role effectively most times, when T is increasingly commanding, the bad cop. Contestative humour and positive reinforcement from T, the store manager, to M, the deputy manager. T takes an opportunity while logging into some company iPad software to deliver an expectation to M, a promise of promotion, and to reinforce the severity of an issue regarding accuracy. This discourse between the top three managers takes place right after T's return from a meeting in which H lays out his own expectations to every store manager in the area. Tension is applied down through the whole structure, usually for a short time after these meetings. Here T is only authoritative in style, and the discourse is possibly reactionary, and mainly serves to mitigate pressure onto her immediate managers below. M has to move between different spheres of operation. He and other deputies have to be a leader and a follower. This might be confusing for store assistants who potentially have to follow directives from a number of leaders. This is where the company strategy allows for promotion of store assistants who can guess well what their directives might be and can unofficially manage ongoings indirectly with surrounding workers. M's style here is perhaps too democratic, in that it really isn't a matter of opinion about leaving stock unavailable to customers. This is about awareness of the prescribed store priorities. There is a switching between extremes of leadership styles at the top of the structure that may produce negative effects for the workplace culture. Store managers shape the workplace culture, and Tara seems to switch between a commanding and charismatic style because of an environment that demands huge workloads, expectations, and relative to the number of workers. Store assistants have too many managers and potential directives to follow, especially for those without a strong awareness of the store needs. Despite this, the unofficial leadership that emerges as a result of the model becoming distributional for moments, that and the effective good cop, bad cop style at the top, and the number of women in the workplace relative to men, stereotypically speaking, and the relational work women engage in more than men. In this light, the store is particularly effective in its leadership culture.